What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, y'all? We're going to get started in about 1 minute. How y'all feeling? Go ahead and let me know if y'all can see me, if you can hear me. Go ahead and say something in the comments. Let me make sure everything is working before we really dive in tonight. Tonight, we're in for a treat. We're going to be talking about some of the things that we covered last week, looking at some of the updates in the market, and we're going to look for some buying opportunities for this week. So get excited, get your pen, get your paper, get some water. Over the next, hour, we're going to spend together. We're going to find some ways for us to make some money together in the markets. All right. So let's see. I see. What's up, AB? What's up? California in the building. Love it, love it, love it. Everything sounds and looks great. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. So guys, just bear with me. Okay. As I get this streaming thing down pack, I'm going to be looking down here at my computer, but I promise y'all I'm going to buy something that'll raise it up here so it can still look like I'm talking to y'all when I'm looking at the screen, okay? But we're going to get started in 1 minute, okay? Just 1 minute, and we'll get started. What's up, Lolito? How y'all feeling? And one thing I want to encourage everyone to do who's hopping on the live stream, share this group. If you're getting value, share this group with someone else you care about. But y'all already know how it is, right? Most people aren't action takers. You guys are. So we're going to secure the bag together. Shout out to Lolita. I know I spoke to her last week, and I think one of her positions from the call last week was up like 130% by the end of the week. So shout out to you for that. I don't know many places you can double your money in a week. But in the markets, you can, when you know how to evaluate and look for, undervalued companies and know how to get in position. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, don't want to keep y'all long. Let me pull up my notes really quickly. Okay, let me pull up my notes really quickly of all the positions I want us to look at on this call. We're gonna do a recap tonight of some of the things we looked at last week. If you got the email that I sent out today, let me know. If you're not on the email list, let me know that as well, so I can drop that in the Telegram group so you can get those emails. We kind of talked about the kind of growth we had between last week and this week. And when I was actually putting that email together, I was like, man, we crushed it last week. And we want to make that a reoccurring theme here in this group, looking for opportunities that's going to boom and explode in a short amount of time. So let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. I'm still learning how to share screen the right way, y'all. So bear with me, okay? Bear with me. I'm going to bring something up right quick. Share screen. I want to share this screen. Can you see my screen, guys? Let me know. Can you see my screen? I don't know, can y'all? Maybe not. Let me try to bring it up on my end. No? Okay, we're going to learn, y'all. Don't worry. We're gonna figure this thing out. I just don't want to go back to Zoom. I don't like Zoom anymore, y'all. I don't like Zoom anymore. The quality is not there. So let's look for... I want to be able to share a tab. Y'all can't see that? Sharing this tab to StreamYard. No? Okay, I guess not. So I guess I'll have to do it like this. No worries. No worries. Oh, here we go. What about now? Let me know if y'all can see it now, okay, before we get started. I want to make sure you guys can see the screen. Awesome. I told you guys that I would figure this thing out. Told y'all. Okay, so let's look at some positions, okay? Let's look at some stuff. The first thing I want to look at is one of the pairs that all of us on this call, we talked about, which was quantum computing, okay? Quantum computing, QUBT. Now, last week on the call, when we gave this out, I think, let me pull up my notes, right? Let me pull it up. We gave this out around $2. around the $2 mark. Anybody, if you got into this position, let me know in the chat. If you got into QUBT, quantum computing, let me know in the chat. I'm trying to log into my MailChimp so I can see the email I sent to you guys with all the numbers. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Shout out to everyone who's new on the call tonight. Appreciate y'all for hopping on. Okay, let's look at this email. Boom. So QUBT, last week we looked at this company, and at the time it was about $2.75 during that call. Okay? $2.75 during the call. Y'all, look at where QUBT is right now. Currently it's at $6.65. So let me just show y'all. I'm going to draw a line where we called it out on the call. Right here. This white line is $2.75. So from here to where it's currently at right now, $6.68, that's 143% growth. Woo! That means that, I want y'all to think about that. If you had put $100 in this position, you would have like $243 in your account right now. You would have doubled your money and some. Where does that happen? Now, the question you might be asking yourself right now is, man, Sophie, maybe I didn't get in, or maybe you want to get more. So what you want to do, right? Here's what I want y'all to write down and kind of take for your, just as a philosophy through life as an investor. You want to buy low and sell high. Just write that down, okay? Buy low and sell high. Now, what does that mean? That means that you want to buy things always at a discount. You want to buy things when you go to the mall when it's cheaper, right? When you go to the supermarket, you look for deals. You look for things that's more inexpensive, right? Or do you wait for them to mark it up and then buy it? Which one do you do? You want to buy low and sell high. Now, what most people tend to do who are uneducated investors, they wait to buy when everyone else is talking about it. And usually, once the whole world is talking about a particular company or a particular crypto or a particular asset, it's kind of the wrong time to buy. You don't want to buy the hype. Write that down. Never buy the hype. Okay? Don't buy hype. What you want to do if you really want to make money in the market is you've got to buy fair. Write that down. You want to buy the fair and you want to sell when people are greedy. So that's kind of the philosophy I live by, right? You want to buy fair and sell the greed. So typically I do the opposite of what most people are doing. If I hear everybody talking about Bitcoin, I'm not buying Bitcoin at that time because I should have been buying it when everyone said Bitcoin's crashing, it's over with. When people are fearful and speaking negative about a company, that's when I really buy. When everyone thinks it's great, that's when you want to be selling. Does this make sense? If this is making sense to someone, let me know. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. So the question you might be asking yourself right now is, where should you buy? Okay? Where should you buy? Hang on 1 second, guys. Hang on one. Perfect. I got a package to drop off after this call. So I was just trying to logistically line that up. Okay? Perfect. So the question you might be asking yourself right now is, when should I be buying? So here's kind of an analysis. And I'm just going to show you guys the way I kind of analyze the markets. As you start to develop your own investing strategy, it'll start to make more sense to you, okay? But check this out. Here's what I want to look at, and I want y'all to tell me if this makes sense to you. So I'm gonna bring this up. This yellow line that I just drew, guys, ignore that for right now because that's for my own personal chart, and I don't want to delete it because I keep track of stuff on my charts. But ignore that for right now. Right where this white line is, this is when I called the trade out last week. So we already see, okay, And this program that I'm using here is called TradingView. Okay, this is where you can look at all your charts and all the markets and different things. And if you want to learn really how to do technical analysis and you really want to dive deep into this, y'all, I got a free community that you could plug into that'll teach you all of this stuff. And it'll just be compounded education on top of what we talk about on these calls. Okay, so from 275 to where price is currently at right here is $6.67. Now, the highest point that this has been to was all the way up here. Y'all see this? Right up here? That's $9.26. So price went up to $9.26, which was the highest price, and then it came back down to $6.65. So what does that mean? See, in the markets, y'all, price goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. It doesn't go straight up. Always know that the markets move in cycles. So if price goes up, it's going to come down at some point. It might go up more, come down. It might go further down. You don't know what's going to happen, but always know that never buy at the high, and usually you want to wait on some type of what we call a correction. You want price to come down a little bit, okay? So from 275 to the highest price, that was 233%. Now, if we look from the highest price to where price is currently at now, that's 27% drop. So that means from the highest price QUBT was at, it's down 30%. Now, let me ask you a question. I like to keep things simple. If there was something that you wanted to purchase in the mall or on Amazon, and you went to Amazon today and you looked at that same item and it was down 30% from the highest price you've seen it at, do you think that's a good deal or not? Would you buy it? Yes or yes? Let me know in the chat. Would you buy it? If you see something at a 30% discount, would you purchase it? Would you think that's a good price to buy it at? Okay, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I see someone said yes. Okay, y'all, 30% discount is great for me. Sometimes 10% is okay, but 30% discount is definitely better than a 10% discount, right? So that's how I want you to start looking at the markets when you're looking for times to buy more shares in a company, okay? When it was at $9, maybe that wasn't the best time because that was the most expensive it's ever been. But it was discounted now by 30%. Not a bad deal. Now, what if, guys, what if price continues and by the end of this week, price is at $4.16. Let's say price gets to this level that I'm drawing at right here, where this red line is. Let's say by the end of the week, price comes all the way down to $4.26, which is where this red line is. What would your first inclination be to do? What would you do? What would you do? If you look at this and you say, Sophie, man, price is at $4 of QUBT. What should I do? Guys, for me, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm getting, that's even a steeper discount. That's more of a discount. Because if you look at the highest price it's been, and if we take it down to $4.25, that's a 54% discount. If you can get something for a 54% discount, are you buying it? Yes or no? Okay, look at my investors. They say yes, you're gonna buy it. So always keep that mentality in mind when you're investing. Now, remember rule number one of buying any company. You want to believe in the company. You want to know that the company is a good company. You don't want to just buy, maybe you don't want to buy stocks in Pure Aqua. Why? Because this is a water company. It mightn't even be a good company. You don't want to be invested in things you don't believe in anyway. So the companies that we talk about on this live stream or in this group are companies me personally I've done my research on and I personally like. Does that mean that you must buy it? No, but I'm just sharing with y'all what I'm doing. And as you start to see the strategy and the philosophy around the way I look at companies, the way I pick my price points to buy, you're going to start to have companies that you like. And that's when I can't wait for y'all to be coming to the call and say, Sophie, let's look at Starbucks. Let's look at Chipotle. Let's look at Wingstop. Let's look at American Express. You're going to find companies that you believe in, and now you're going to be able to do your own market analysis to see if that's something you want to be invested in. Is this making sense? Okay, y'all, I'm back. I don't know why my camera just disconnected. It's weird. I got to figure that out because that happened last class too. Okay? So, back to where we were at. Let's look at, let me share my screen again. Hang on. Is this making sense to everyone so far? Just want to make sure this stuff is making sense. Okay? Want to make sure this is making sense to everybody. Okay, so let's look at it. So here's what I want you to do. Remember, you're supposed to have a notebook or some type of journal or something that you're keeping, kind of track of everything that we're doing here. Because you want to have different price points that you have set basically where you're going to be looking for more opportunities to buy more. Now, there's two things that we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at times when you buy more of a particular company, different price points, or what we call entry areas. Or you're going to be doing something that we call dollar cost averaging. And I'm going to explain both of them to you right now. The first one I want you to talk about is dollar cost averaging. What does that mean? Okay, dollar cost averaging means that you got particular companies or some type of asset that you like, right? And dollar cost averaging means that instead of trying to time the market and figure out the best price to get in, what you do is you set an amount and an interval of time that you're going to consistently buy no matter what the price is. But as we know, the market always moves up and down. So sometimes you might buy high, sometimes you might buy low, sometimes you might buy in the middle. But dollar cost averaging allows your average cost for that share or that asset to be the average of the prices that you buy at. Does that make sense? So for instance, let's say this is the stock that you're buying. And let's say you're going to dollar cost average. That means you say, Sophie, it doesn't matter what, I'm going to invest $50 every week buying CarMax, okay? $50 a week. Now, let's say you say every Friday, that's what you're going to do. Let's say this Friday, the price of CarMax is $5. You buy $50 worth, okay? The week after, you're buying your CarMax, but this time the price of CarMax is $1. Does this make sense? The week after that, because you got your interval, you buying $50 worth of CarMax, now it's at $3. So now your price, your average cost that you paid for this CarMax is the average of the prices you paid. So it'll be $5 plus 1 plus 3. That's 9 divided by 3. Right? 9 divided by 3. So your average cost is going to be $3 a share. Even though you bought it at different times, the average is what your average cost is. What this allows you to do is allows you to just be able to buy consistently without trying to time the market, and you're always building your portfolio. Sometimes the market's going to be up, sometimes it's going to be down, but your average cost is going to be in the middle. Let me know if that makes sense. If it doesn't, tell me, but let me know if that makes sense. That's what dollar cost averaging is. And honestly, guys, in the beginning, it's what I recommend. Okay? Some of you on this call last week, you probably bought at $2.75 last week. Now, I see AB say he bought more today. Let's say he bought some today at $6. Let's just do the math, okay? Let's just say he bought equal shares, okay? Let's just say he bought 10 shares at both prices. So last week he would have bought at $2.75. This week he bought at $6, right? So the average of QUBT would be $4.37. Because he bought low one time, he bought high one time, so his average is in the middle. Does that make sense? This is an important concept, so y'all let me know if that makes sense to you guys. Okay? Drop it in the chat for me. Want to make sure that makes sense. Let's see what y'all saying. Let's see what y'all saying. Okay, someone said yes. Only Lolita said yes. Only Lolita said yes. Okay, I see. I think that's Jerice, right? Said yes. Okay, cool. So keep that in your mind as that's going to be your main strategy in the beginning, because no one can really time the market. But when you start to understand technical analysis, you raise your probability of getting it right. But in the beginning, just dollar cost average. Remember, one of the commitments you made to being a part of this group is that you said you were going to invest something every month. Some of you may break that amount weekly or every month. Me personally, I invest every month, the end of every month. Okay? Now, if I have a set amount that I'm going to invest every month, I might split that up and invest on a Friday or through the week, but I know what my budget is for investing every month. You've got to have the same thing. Okay? Now, the second way that you can do this, which is a more advanced way, but I'm still going to give you guys some price points to keep an eye out on, is looking for different levels in the market. That's like an ideal time to buy. But we're going to look at this for QUBT. And we're not going to spend this much time on each one, but I hope this is making sense to everybody on the call. So I'm just going to share something with y'all. Y'all see this yellow line that I drew, which says my average cost? I was buying QUBT since it was 68 cents. And actually, the first time I put it in the group in maybe March or May, it was 68 cents. Do y'all remember that? When I said, everyone, look at this company, quantum computing. It was 68 cents. Today, it's over $6. That's a 10x. So if you had put $100 in, you would have $1,000 today. You would put $1,000 in, you would have $10,000 today. My goal is to get to the point where I'm putting 10 grand in something, and now I made $100,000 in 3 or 4 months. That's the power of the markets. But we got to start somewhere. Start with $10. If you had put $10 in QUBT when I sent it out in the group, today you would have $100 from 10. I don't know many places you could 10x your money, except for investing. So let's just look at the market overall. Okay? Let's just look at this level. From 68 cents when I first started buying to where the highest point it's ever been is $9.22. I know that the market usually pulls back 50%. Normally when something goes to what we call a high, a new high, all-time high, the market usually pulls back on average about 50%. Now, a lot of times it can go more, but this is a safe bet, okay, 50%. I'm using a tool on this chart, and we'll go through using these tools. And actually, the community that I told you to plug into, I'm going to share it in a minute. You can actually go to it right now. It's runtheplayuniversity.com. I'll drop it in the chat. It's a free community. Okay. Let me just drop it here. Here we go. It's runtheplayuniversity.com. Okay. It's free. It's free. You go to runtheplayuniversity.com. It's a bunch of courses on foreign exchange, on cryptocurrency. We're gonna have some stuff on stocks coming up, but all kind of things. But for right now, if you want to understand how to look at charts, how to use these tools on TradingView, you know, how to buy crypto, all of these different things, it's all there. Once you get to that university, it's going to ask you to create a broker account, and it's going to tell you to reach out to the person that shared this with you. Just shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, and I'll send you that information so that you can actually get plugged in to the broker that I recommend. Okay? But you can get all the education for free. Just go to runtheplayuniversity.com. All right? So let's talk about it. So basically, I'm using a tool called Fibonacci, which basically just shows the retracement levels when an asset makes a move. Don't even think about all that. Just think about what I'm saying to y'all. Just write this down for now. If price went up to $9.17, about the 50% mark would be about $4.95. So everybody write down, for QUBT, a good entry level is around $5, the $5 area. So if you see over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months, as you build your portfolio, QUBT is $5 or less, buy some. Okay? Add more, buy more, because now you're getting in at a discount. Does this make sense? If you see price gets under $3, buy as much as you can. Okay? Do I think price will ever get back down to 68 cents? I don't know, but right now I doubt it. So I'm thinking $2, you want to load it up. Get as much as you can. But if you see it gets to about $5, invest more. Okay? Buy more positions in this company. Does this make sense? If this is making sense to somebody, let me know. Okay? So think about it. You want to look for $5, and you want to look for about $2, $2.50. But think about it, y'all. Anything is good because long term, this company, QUBT, quantum computing, is going to be the next industry like AI. It's not going to really be at its prime for the next 5 years. So this company can see massive growth. We're still in at the very beginning. So you want to hold this. So don't feel like you're too late. You're not too late. Just start adding to your portfolio. But your goal is you want to just get in at the best prices instead of getting at the highest prices. Does that make sense? Cool. Let's look at another one that we talked about on last week's call. QUBTS. QBTS. Anyone in the chat bought this? I know Lolita. I'm talking Lolita's business. Lolita bought QUBT last week and she was up 132% on Friday. AB bought some. I know he was up like 80 something percent. Okay? QBTS is another quantum computing company. Guys, quantum computing, write that down. That's going to be the next AI. Okay? It's going to be huge when it comes to technological advancements. Now what we got to do, we know that the industry is going to be big. Now we got to find the companies that's going to be the ones that blow up. Of course, in new industries, some companies failed. Some companies ain't going to make it. But our job as investors is to look for companies that show promise, that show hope, and have good financials that say, hey, this company is going to be around. It's going to make its mark in this industry. And these are the first two guys that I really like. Okay? QBTS. When I sent this out in the group in May, it was $1. When I started buying this, I started buying at $1. Look at where price is at today. Price is at $2.70. So that means if you were in the group and you took action, and I think William and some others actually bought, if you bought at $1 and price currently today, that's 170%. Y'all realize what 170% growth means? That means you've doubled your money plus some. You're almost at 200%. Right? 200% growth. We live in an age where we're used to banks telling us that they're going to give us, if they're giving us a high yield savings account, they're telling us 3% and we're excited. You know what is 173%? That's what you call growth. Okay? So last week we called this out on the call, and last week during the call, price was at $1.60. Okay? So let's draw $1.60 on our chart. Okay, this is the $1.60 mark right here. So let's see how much it grew from last week to today. 68%. If you had invested $100, you would have had $68 profit. That $100 would now be $168. Who would be okay with that? If you had $1,000, that would be $1,680. Who would be okay with that? Okay, so now you might be saying, man, Sophie, I missed it. No, you never missed it. Remember, what can you do? Dollar cost average, just buy some. But here are some price points to keep in mind. Okay, let's look at some price points to keep in mind personally. And guys, this is not financial advice. Okay, I'm not licensed to give advice. Y'all just my people, and I'm sharing some education with y'all that works for me. Okay, so don't take me to the bank saying, oh, she said buy. Guys, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Okay, I am not a financial advisor, but my family, my peoples, we're going to get money together. But I got to make that disclaimer. Cool? So check it out. Check it out. Let's look. Okay, so if we go from here, I'm just going to look, y'all, at what I'm looking at. From here to here. If price gets around $2.25, that's a good price. Okay, $2.25. And if price gets to be about $1.60, $1.70, that's a great price. Okay, if you see this stock ever get to $1 or below, don't panic, because that's what most people are going to do. But remember what we said at the start of the call. You always buy when everyone else is afraid, and you sell when everybody is hyped. Okay, that's when you take profits. So if this was to go back under $1, I'm not tripping. I'm just like, man, I got another opportunity to get as much of this cheap as I possibly can. This only applies if you believe in the company. Does this make sense? Okay, so we're looking for another buy at around a $2.25 and $1.70 or below. And if you ever see this go under $1, get as much as you can. Okay? Cool? Want to make sure my people are good. Okay? We're going to look at another one. Shouts out to Pam, man. My girl Pam Dollars on the call. Okay? I want to look at one more, and then we're going to look at 3 opportunities that I see tonight in the market. Okay? And then I'm going to put 3 companies on your watch list that I want you to just start paying attention to, because now you guys got Yahoo Music. Really? Y'all, my dog just jumped into a box. That's what all that noise was. He always does this when I'm on a Zoom. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 companies to keep on your watch list, because now you've got Yahoo Finance, you've got these tools on your phone. Now when you got downtime, right? I know Pam is in New York. When you're on the subway, just check the stock, see what the price is at. When you got downtime, instead of scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, check the stock tickers and the prices when you using the bathroom, or you're stuck in traffic or something. This is something that you could be doing, because this stuff is going to make you money. All right. So the other one I want to talk about from last week is SMCI. Any of you guys on the call bought SMCI last week? I know a couple of y'all did. Okay. I know a couple of you guys did. Okay. I sent this out in the group chat, and this was just last week, Monday or Tuesday, when the price of SMCI was $21.50, $21.70. So SMCI, y'all, is a chip company, like a semiconductor chip for computers and stuff like that. And this company is a well-known company. But about 2 weeks ago, they had some auditing issues where they had some news that when it came to the auditing company that was auditing their company. And they saw some, some misrepresentation in the numbers. And that caused, when that news came out, guess what? The stocks tank. Because now people are like, oh, is something fraudulent going on with this company? But guys, this company's been around forever. So I knew that it's a great company, but maybe something was happening when it came to the leadership of the company. And the company's stock dropped. In February, this company was trading at $122 a share. In February of this year, right? It tanked all the way down to last week to $17 a share. From 120 to 17. I was like, this is a great company, but boy, it's fearful. Everyone who's invested in this stock sold because they had fear. But what do? I buy fear. I know it's a good company. I don't think they're going out of business. But I think that the price plummeted because of the news that came out. And I said, you know what? This is a great company. They're involved in AI. They're involved in have deals with a lot of the major companies, computing companies. I said, you know what? I believe in this company. And I sent it out to the group. And I bought it. I bought it at $21.87. Last week, Monday. Okay? So I want y'all to just look at this. From where the all-time high was at 122, last week it dropped all the way to $17. That's 85% off. If you went to Amazon and you wanted to buy a particular thing for your house and it was 85% off for Black Friday, are you buying it? Yes or no? Are you buying it? Yes or no? I know all y'all saying, hell yeah, I'm buying it. Okay? Well, that's how I felt. I'm like, this is almost 90% off. I'm buying something. And that's what I did. And some people in the group bought SMCI last week. Y'all, from last week, Monday or Tuesday to today, price has gone up almost 60%, 57.92% in a week. That means if you had put $100 in, you made $50 profit. You put $1,000 in, you made $500 profit in a week. And y'all, this is just starting to get started. This was at $122. It's only at $34. Load the boat. I would say buy this stock, y'all. I would say buy this stock right now at the current price because it has so much further to go. It's a great company. It's a solid company. They just had bad news. Same thing happened earlier this year with Tesla. People were talking crazy about Elon Musk. He was getting involved with politics. Then he was having a problem with Tesla. And all these things were happening. And the price of Tesla dropped dramatically. And I put it in the group. I think Pam got some, right? Tesla dropped. I believe in Elon Musk. He's one of the smartest people in the world. So anything he's building, I believe in personally. Now, do I agree with everything he says? No. But do I believe in him as a businessman, as a leader of a company? Yes. So all companies have up and downs. Now, when it went down, that was just time for me to get in. I want y'all to start putting on that mindset of when things happen with companies, if they're good companies, don't be mad. That's your opportunity to get in at a cheap price. Does this make sense? So SMCI, y'all, buy the stock. I would say buy it right now. But let's look at another price point that this could pull back to, from the low to where it's currently at recently. We may see this get around $30, $28 to $30. If you see it get there, y'all buy it. If it gets under $20, buy as much as you can. Okay? Is this making sense? Is this helpful? So those were the 3 companies from last week's class I wanted to talk about to just show you what's happened since we talked about it. And don't feel like you missed it. You still got an opportunity. Now I want to talk about 2 things really quickly. 2 companies, 3. I'll talk about 3 really quickly. Yeah, because we got 20 minutes, okay? 3 companies that I want everyone to put their eyes on, that I think we have buying opportunities in right now. And I'm going to go through showing you exactly what I'm seeing so y'all can see what I see. And then you just make a conclusion on your own, like, I don't really agree with that. Or, yeah, Sophie making sense. Okay, it's up to you. Company is NIO, N-I-O. Write it down. For all the folks in the Telegram chat, and if you guys are watching this on YouTube and you're like, what Telegram chat? I'm going to drop it in the comments as soon as we get off the live, and I'm going to pin it or try to pin it so you guys can join it. It's a free community I have where we talk investments, okay? But let me look, because I dropped NIO in the chat, in the group months ago. I just want to find the price. NIO, I'm going to tell you. NIO. What is NIO? NIO is an electric car company, okay? I believe that electric vehicles are the future. So NIO, I sent this out to the group when it was $5.16. Okay, let me pull it up. Let me pull up the chart. I sent it out to the group at $5.16. Okay? The lowest that this price has been in a long time, in the last year, is about $3.67. We should have been buying then. I think I sent this out in Q1. Actually, I sent this out Q1 of this year at, $5.76. Then it dropped, and I told everyone to buy more. It dropped to $5.16, and I was like, I added it to the list again. Okay? But here's what I want y'all to look at. The lowest, I'm just showing you guys how I kind of analyze the market, okay? The lowest it's been in a long time is around here, which is about $3.66, okay? That's for this year. The highest it's been so far for this year is here, $7.68. So let's just look. From 366 to the highest, which is 771, that's 113% growth. So from the lowest it's been this year to the highest, that's about 113% growth. Now, what I want to look at is from the lowest to the highest, where's price currently at now? It's at $4.30. So that means that price is very close to the lowest that it's been. Now, do I believe in this company? Yes. If you're on this call and I want you to do your research, go to Yahoo, go to these websites, go do the research, right? I like this company, NIO, but my all-time favorite EV company right now is Tesla. But Tesla's price is what? A couple $100. NIO right now, the price is single digits. So I'm looking for high growth. Does that make sense? So right now, if we look at this, from the high to where it's at now, this is 44% discount. From the highest it's been this year. Not bad, right? But here's what I want to show y'all. Let's look at the highest this stock has ever been in life. The highest this stock has ever been was in 2021. This was $63. So from the highest it's ever been to where we're at now, that's 93% off. Will price get back up to 66? I don't know, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Something that was worth $60 is I can now get it for $4. I'm in. So this is something I want. This is something I see as a buying opportunity. Okay, now right now, as we can see on this chart, price is dropping. Okay, price is going down. So maybe this has more room to drop. But what I would tell you guys is remember dollar cost averaging, $4.30 ain't a bad price. But y'all, if you see price get under $4, buy. Okay, NEO, under $4, add it to your portfolio. Remember, don't put your life savings, y'all. Just put what you can because you're building a portfolio. Okay, you're building a portfolio. Some assets are going to outperform others. Okay, if you're watching this and you're in the Bahamas and you're like, where do I buy stocks? There's an app called Prosper. Okay, it allows you to buy stocks, American stocks, with your debit card from the Bahamas. Okay, Prosper. Let me drop it in here. Y'all, Prosper need to pay me because I always be plugging them. Okay, but it's the only app that I know of that allows you to do it easily. Unless you're a young entrepreneur. Shout out to NN. If y'all know him, let him know I'm always plugging his app, okay, for my people in the Bahamas, because a lot of people aren't investing in U.S. stocks because it's not easy. Okay, people get in crypto a little because it's a little bit easier, even though it's really not. But if you want to get in the stock market, Prosper is the app. It allows you to invest as little as $10. But you have to withdraw, I think, like $200 at a time, or your minimum withdrawal is $200. But that's cool because our goal is to build a portfolio long term, not to really be withdrawing, right? But at least you know you've got the option. Prosper. Okay? Cool. So NEO is one for this week. I want y'all to look at. Okay? NEO. The next one, the other stock for this week that we are buying opportunities right now is the ticker symbol is NVMI. The company is called Nova Limited. NVMI. Okay? NVMI. Now, if we look at this, as you can see, I have some marks on this from earlier this year where I had a buy-in price of 205. Then I'll load the boat, means get as much as you can at 190. Right now, the price is at 174. It's even lower than my load the boat. So this is time to buy. I'm sharing this with y'all because it's been on my chart from early in the year. And now we're finally at these levels. So now is a chance for you guys to get in position, but do your research. Okay? NVMI. Okay? Nova Limited. The price right now is about $174. Put it in your portfolio. Remember about with investing. It's just like any asset. You don't have to buy a whole share. Put what you can. If you got $50 a week to invest, buy $50 worth. Okay? Until you get a full share. Then your next goal is to get 10 shares, then 100 shares. But do what you can. All right? The key is to do something. Don't do nothing. Okay? NVMI. The last one is MicroStrategy. MSTR. MicroStrategy Incorporated. Some of you on this call might have heard of MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is a company founded by this guy called Michael Saylor. And if you Google him, he's one of the guys right now. MicroStrategy has one of the biggest reserves of Bitcoin in the world. They've been buying up Bitcoin. This week, they bought like $5.4 billion worth of Bitcoin. Their corporation. Now, why am I buying MicroStrategy? Because these guys are getting so much Bitcoin that I just believe in their strategy because I'm a Bitcoin believer. This guy is no dummy. He's been buying Bitcoin for years. I mean, he has hundreds of billions of dollars of Bitcoin. And I'm like, I want to invest in his company. MicroStrategy is the name of the company. Now, check this out. The highest MicroStrategy was last week when Bitcoin was almost at 100K, right? But look at what happened in a week. It went from $5.35 a share down to $3.53, which is 33% off. That's a great discount. I'm like, I like this company, and I can get it for 33% off the high. I'm in. This is a great company, y'all. Okay? MicroStrategy. Now, I'm going to give you one more position, one more area that I'll be looking to get into this. Like I say, dollar cost average, but if you're looking for specific price points, I would say right where we're at, about $350 is good. And then if price gets down again to about $270, get in position. $270. Okay? Is this making sense to anyone? We almost done. I see y'all saying definitely buy in. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like to see that you guys are on a roll. Okay, you're on a roll. Now, here's one more company I want you to put on your list, and then we're going to talk about 1 or 2 cryptocurrencies, and we're done. Cool? Y'all can rock with me for 10 more minutes? Let me know in the chat if y'all want me to end the live now or if y'all good for like 10 more minutes. Okay, I see the yeses coming through in the chat. Perfect. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, let's look at it. This is a company that's on my radar, y'all. Okay? Avgo. Okay? It's a company called Broadcom. AVGO. Write that down. Broadcom. This company, go do your research on it, okay? Go do your research because I want you to look. Some of you on this call, like if you start to notice as we do these calls, I like technology. So a lot of the things I believe in investing in are tech companies. And it's because my background is tech. I'm a techie. Some of you on this call, you might like energy stocks. Some people on this call might like biotech or healthcare, like pharmaceuticals, which is a great industry, by the way, to make a lot of money, y'all, is pharmaceuticals. Okay? Some people on the call, you might like defense stocks. That's like the companies that make money when there's wars, right? Some people might like gold. Like it all depends on what your niche is, but whatever you're interested in, that's what you should be invested in. Don't just invest in tech stocks because I like tech. I like tech. That's why I like technology companies. Does that make sense? Some people on the call, you might be into fashion. So you might like apparel stocks, right? You might want to invest in Under Armour or Nike or Uggs. Like these are companies that exist that are publicly traded companies. That might be your thing. So you may be able to identify good companies in fashion when I can't because I'm not into fashion. Does that make sense? Invest in what you're interested in. That's going to make this thing fun, and it's going to make you always be interested in what's next because it's an industry you're interested in. I like technology. So Avgo, if you look at it, the highest it's been lately or ever is $186 a share. As you can see, it's pulled back all the way down to $164 a share. That's 11% decline. Now, is that a great discount? Not really. Not really. If you're dollar cost averaging, get in. But maybe we want a deeper discount. So if you come down to about $150, that might be a better discount. If it comes down to $130, that's an even deeper discount. But keep it on your radar. I want you to, because this is a company that you're going to start hearing about. But you want to just start getting educated about certain things, just so it's on your radar. Not saying you got to get into this company. This isn't something I'm looking to get into a position in today. But I want you to at least be aware of it. Okay? Now let's look at 2 cryptos and we're done. The one we got to look at is my baby, the one we talked about last week, which is XRP. Okay? XRP. Ripple. Guys, you want to get Ripple in your portfolio. I would say to you right now, buy Ripple right now at the price it's at. It's at $1.38. Buy it. I believe in this next bull cycle that Ripple will see $4 or $5. So if you could get it at $1.35, you're still doing good. Right? I've been buying Ripple this last cycle from about 56 cents. Like in 2020, I was buying it at like 10 cents. It ran up to $3. I cashed out. And now I started buying again at 50 cents. Okay? Now we're back up to $1.30. More than 100, that's like almost 100%. That's more than 100% return. Okay? This is a coin that I think everyone should have in their portfolio. Yes, you know about Bitcoin. Yes, you know about Ethereum. But Ripple is one that I think people should get involved with. One, because it has utility, and they've been in a lawsuit for the past few years, and the lawsuit is over. And the guy who was really in Washington, who was stopping Ripple from really exploding, he just said he's resigning when Trump goes in inauguration day. So what does this mean for crypto people? This thing has room to explode. Get in. Another reason I'm going to say you should have it in your portfolio is because it's still inexpensive. See, for Ripple to double your money, it has to go right now from $1.38 to 270 something. For Bitcoin, if you put money in Bitcoin for it to double, it has to go from 90,000 to 180,000. Which one do you think will happen faster? Going from $1 to $2 or going from 90 to almost 200 grand? You're right, going from $1 to $2. So that's why Ripple has so much potential. Get into this, y'all. You're going to be kicking yourself in the next 12 to 18 months if you don't have no Ripple in your portfolio. I have mentors that I plug into when it comes to investing, and this is another one that they gave us that I'm going to share with you guys. It's a coin called Filecoin. Filecoin. I didn't know about this coin, but they said, buy this coin. When this coin is between $3 and $5, that's when you want to buy. Right now it's about $5.41. Okay? Right? $5.41. A couple of days ago, it was down to under $5 on Friday. So right now it's a little higher than I'd want, but if you're dollar cost averaging, that's fine. But if you see this gets between $3 and $5, buy it. Here's your first target. This is when you want to take profit. This coin can see $15. That means if you get in at $5, you're going to be 3x in your money. If you put 100, you'll have 300. Put 1,000, you have 3,000. Put 10,000, you have 30,000. If you get in at $3 and it goes to 15, you can 5x your money. That means if you have 100, you get 500. Get 1,000, you get 5,000. Put 10,000 in, you get 50,000. Okay? How long will this take to happen? I don't know. But guys, even if it took 5 years, I don't care if I'm a triple and quadruple and 5x my money. So just put this on your radar. Filecoin. It's currently trading at $5.40. Okay? I would say get in. I got in. I just got in. And guess what? When price pulls back, if it does, and it goes down to $4, I'll just buy more and I can dollar cost average. And then my average cost will be in between where I got in. Did this make sense to someone? Did anyone learn anything? Was this valuable for anyone on the call tonight? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. Love it. Now, what I want to do before we get out of here, we got 3 minutes, is if you got any questions, okay, go ahead and drop them in the chat real quick. On YouTube, drop them in the chat. I'll try to answer a couple before we get out of here. But remember, if you really want to learn this in depth, because what we meet once a week, you can't learn it all 1 hour a week. This is something you got to get invested in. And if you really want to do that, I'm telling you, check out runtheplayuniversity.com, and it's free. Has all the courses, all the information that you need to dive in. Once you're ready to start actually getting active and applying what you're learning, it's going to ask you to reach out to the person that told you about Run the Play University to get a link so you can sign up for the broker that we recommend. Just reach out to me. I got you. Okay? Reach out to me. I got you. I see valuable. 10 out of 10. Yes. Good. Boom. Boom. I love it. I love it. Yo, we meet here. Different link, but on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. What I would recommend you do is subscribe to the YouTube channel right now that you're watching, and that way you can be notified when we go live. Okay? Now, on my channel, guys, I do a lot of different things. I got vlogs, I've got mindset, and I've got these investing sessions that we're going to be doing every week. But go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified, so I don't always have to send you the link. Even though you know we show up here on Tuesday nights at 9, all you got to do is come to the channel, go to live, and you'll see the live streaming once you are subscribed. So make sure subscribe, hit the bell so that you can turn notifications on so you're notified whenever a new video is dropped. Okay? I see a question. Pam says, did you ever go over Eladon or Google? Will there be a replay? So first, the replay, yes, this is going to be on my YouTube channel now. Once we end the stream, it's going to be there. The one from last week is already there too. I've created a playlist called The Wealth Code, and I'm going to have all the classes labeled by date so that you can just go ahead and rewatch. Okay? But you want to talk about Eladon really quick? Okay, let's talk about Eladon, and then I see one from Jerice, and then I think that'll be, and then if anyone else has one, drop it, and then we're going to wrap it up here. So let's talk about Eladon. Yo, Eladon is one of my favorite companies, and she talked about Google. Okay, good stuff, Pam. So Eladon is a biotech company. This company is actually probably going to be the first company to have a drug that's going to cure diabetes. I don't know about y'all, but a lot of people are affected by diabetes. And if there's a drug that can cure it, that thing is going to be massive. I want to be invested. Okay. So Eldon, ELDN. Let me pull it up and let me go ahead and share my screen again. Then we're going to get out of here. Okay, guys? Can y'all see my screen? Eldon. Okay. Let's look at Eldon. When I first called this out to the group, I think I called it out down here at $1.55 in like March. So y'all, if you've been in my Telegram, the gem's been getting thrown out. If you haven't been taking action, that's on you, but that's okay. You can start today, okay? I called this out at $1.53. Currently, Eldon is at $4.25. So that means if you had bought this when I first put it in the group, you would be up 175%. Not too shabby. I think Palm is one of them who probably got in around $2, 2 and some change, right? So let's look at Eldon. Okay, let's look at Eldon. Last week when we talked about it on the call, it was at $3.78. So even from last week, from $3.78 to today, we're still up 13%. Not shabby in a week. See, I want y'all to start looking at percentages. I always look at, I'm from the Bahamas, so I look at these things that Central Bank of the Bahamas send out when they're trying to get people to invest in different notes that the offerings that the government has. And I look at these offerings and they always want you to invest your money. They're going to hold it for like 5 years and you're going to end up getting like 3%. That's not even attractive to me. Like my mom, she does it because 3% is better than the banks giving you 0%. So I get it. But when I understand how the markets work, I'm like, I don't want 3% on nothing. I can make 3% in a day. I can make 10% in a week. You want to hold my money for 5 years and give me 3%? No, not interested. So I want you to really understand that what we're showing is really powerful. Okay, the power of compounding and really being able to grow your money. So with Eldon right now, okay, let's look at the price points that I'm looking for Eldon. Right around $3.90. Anything under $4 is great. Okay, anything under $4 is great. And if you can get anything around $3.25, even greater. Okay. $3.25, even greater. One of the targets that analysts have this company to go to, potentially, y'all, they saying this thing could get to like $100 a share. If this drug works, it gets all the FDA approvals and they got some clinical trials that prove that this works, this is going to take off crazy before a big company like a Pfizer or like Moderna or any of those companies when they buy it. Okay, and then they're going to take the company private. So right now with Eldon, I'm saying anything under $4 is good. Anything under $3.25, $3.50 is great. Okay, anything under those levels, y'all, buy it up. Okay, hope that helped. I said I would talk about Google. Let's look at Google. The reason I wanted to look at Google is because Google's down. Google is a company that I'm sure all of us could agree is a great company. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Solid company. The highest Google was $192.50. Okay? In the last few months, Google has fallen from the high all the way to where it's currently at, which is $170. That's 11% discount. So for companies like Google, Meta, Amazon, the big boy companies, you're not going to see often 50%, 60% drops. They're big companies with billions of dollars of market cap. 10% for these companies is a good time to get in. For big companies, what we call blue chip stocks, 10% discount is good. Don't be waiting for 50% off on Google. Probably ain't gonna never happen, okay? Don't wait for Amazon shares to drop 50%. For that to happen, Jeff Bezos gotta be caught up in some type of scandal, all right? Big companies, 10% discount is good. So that's the reason I had Google on my list this week, is because I noticed that Google was 11%. It actually had dropped down to about 13%. Okay? 13% yesterday. And I was like, this is a good time to get into Google. It's almost 14% discount. Okay? Does that make sense? Cool. In Robinhood, it says average cost $1.57. Does that mean that's when I came in? Yes. So average cost on Robinhood either means if you only bought those shares once, that means that that's the price you got in. But let's say you bought a couple dollars today, a couple dollars, a couple months. The average now, that's dollar cost averaging. So let's say you bought at one time it was $3, and then you bought at one time it was $1.50. Your average will be in between $3 and $1.50, and it'll do the math, which would be what? $2 and some change. So yes, you bought in at $1.57 pound. That means you are up 170 something percent. Okay? Because you got in at 157. I got to look at that now. You make me talk about it. You got in at $1.57. That means you bought when I first sent it in the group. And price is currently at $4.28. You're up 176%. So if you had $100 worth, if you had bought $100 worth of Eladon stock, your portfolio, the market value is $176. That means you're $76 in profit. Okay? And guys, we're gonna have on next week's call and in the Telegram, we're gonna talk about when to take profits. One of the biggest things I didn't do when I was investing is I would never take profits, waiting for it to go to heaven. Yo, if you $176 in profit, take some profit. So like for Pam, for Eladon, I'm not saying you must do this, but I'm just saying, let's say you put $100 in, you almost doubled your money. I would take out my initial investment, $100, leave the 76 to ride. Now you got $100 liquid to go invest in something else. Just a thought. Okay? Take your profits. The only profits is profit that you actually take and realize the gains. Okay? Last one, guys. See that, Pam? $170 in profit. That's what I'm talking about just for being in a free Telegram group and listening. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, the Rich Heritage says, I've been watching Axon marked up and got in at 471. It's at 632 from November 7. Sheesh. Let's look at that real quick. Might have to put this on my radar. Axon Enterprises. So she got in at, let's see, 471.50. So you got in about 471.50 about here. And today, price is at 630 something. That's 30. Jeez, that's 34% growth. That's 34% growth. That's awesome. That's awesome. Always know if you would take that as a discount, you're doing good when it comes to profit too. Because if I could get something for 30% off, I'm happy. So if I can grow something by 30%, I'm happy too. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff, Jerice. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Man, but I love to see what you guys are doing. I see everyone's plugged in, everyone's tapped in, everyone's learning, everyone's growing. Y'all, that's what you got to do. Listen, learn, and apply. Listen, learn, and apply. Always take something out of your paycheck, y'all, and invest. Because if you don't make a decision today that you're going to do that, you know what you're going to do? You're going to pay bills. And you're going to say, I'm going to invest later. But you never invest because bills never stop. So until you make a decision to pay yourself or pay your investment account, like you pay your light bill or you pay your phone bill, you'll never start investing. So I want you to make that decision that, hey, every time I get paid, I'm taking a certain percentage of my check. Or I'm taking $100 out of my check. I don't know what y'all make. I'm taking $500 out of my check. And you're going to go ahead and invest. Because what I'm telling you is your money will grow by investing, but it ain't never going to grow being in your bank account or just by paying bills. So I hope this is valuable. This replay will be available on the YouTube channel as soon as we end the stream. But y'all do me a favor. If you got value, we did this for free. We're going to keep doing this for free. The only thing I ask y'all to do is like, comment, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment under the live feed. You know, let people know that we're giving value here so we can build this community, one company, one asset, one person at a time. So I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. And I'll see y'all next week. Same time. Might be on a different link, but we're going to be right here looking at some other things to analyze in the market. All right. I'll drop the Telegram link under the chat so you can join that group if you want to get engaged there as well. But I'm just looking forward to seeing everyone grow their portfolios and see y'all on the next one. Have a good night. God bless.